Yeah.
Do we want to do one more question?
Let's do one more question.
Let's do
Yeah.
one question. This will be kind of part two of this episode where we are
I love
drinking
it.
whiskey. My whiskey cocktail is almost done. It's just rosemary now, but it was great. How was
Yeah,
yours?
this is really good. It's very easy to drink. It's yeah, just
That's the
like
problem.
got to be careful with this one, I think.
That's the problem. Okay, so I had a question from someone. I'm just trying deciding which one of these to pick to ask. It's a coaching question, another coaching question.
Yay.
Mhm.
I just have to interject and
Yeah.
say, I think I'm amused that I feel like part two, we do so many part twos. And I wonder if people can tell that we're like deeper into our cocktails in the part two than we ever are in the part ones.
We're sure you can't tell.
No, of course not.
Every other week we start slurring a little bit. We're a little looser. My face gets red.
The types of stories we share are a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
embarrassing.
I don't know. I think the most embarrassing things I've shared was during our sober week.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was amazing. Anyway, sorry.
No,
Back to
it's
coaching
good.
question.
So this is going to be a very unfiltered answer, I think.
Okay.
What skill do new coaches not have but should prioritize learning?
Ooh. Hmm. Okay, I might change my mind about this, but the first thing that comes to mind is like self-coaching.
Hmm.
Um, I think a lot of new coaches, in my experience, and myself included when I was a new coach,
Yeah.
um, would focus a lot on like their niche or like business structure or like freaking out over getting clients. And that led them to spend a lot of time on work that, in my opinion, like doesn't really matter that much in the long run and probably will change. Um, and I think if I had spent that time, and by self-coaching, I don't mean like anything, I don't mean, there's not necessarily a formula to that, but I think like fundamentally taking a look at yourself, examining like where your growth edge is and leaning into that and getting curious about why you're not
Mhm.
doing like taking more action. I think if I'd done that more, I probably would have like seen much more growth and it probably would have led to the other things falling into place more. I
Yeah.
may completely change my mind as I think about this more, but let's hear yours.
I think it's fair. It's so funny because I was going to say the opposite of that. I was like,
I
marketing.
love it.
They should
I
learn how
love
to
it.
market. But
Yeah.
I'll give the caveat because I do agree with you. Um, I have been a guinea pig for lots of new coaches, and you know, you should just coach as many people as you
Yeah.
can. Um, like I think the issue with anything that we're doing when we're new is that much of the focus is going to be on you and your own self-criticism. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be you judging yourself and evaluating yourself. I think a skill is like presence. Like
Mm.
I think every new coach could learn how to meditate, and that would be amazing. Being with your own mind and your own experience in a very present and awake state so that you can do that with a client. Because I had this experience even like a couple weeks ago with someone who I was coaching, and I was like, I've given this person so many tools. And the thing that they always come back to, the thing that they always thank me for, is that they were able to tell me things they hadn't told other people and have me receive it with just like an open, even just like an open affect.
Mm-hmm.
When we're new, we're like the technique, the tools, all of the doing. I've got to like prove myself. But it's interesting because so much of that becomes like about whatever you think your job is and what you think you're supposed to do. And it's less, you're less open maybe to experiencing the client.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I'm like picking two things, but with marketing is where you can like work out the tools and you can share the tools and you can share your process, share your experience, talk about how you help people
Or yourself.
or yourself. Yep. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have clients, talk about, I like to approach everything like a writer. I'm like, every terrible thing that happens to me, I'm like, ooh, what's the little gift from the universe here? If I was going to write this as a story, what's happening? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
there's some juicy nuggets in there. Um, but even like your marketing can be like a form of self-coaching. That's what I used to do for my marketing for a really long time.
Yep.
Because it shows, yes, I'm a person, I'm going through a thing, I'm working on myself. And then you can practice your presence of mind.
Yeah. I love that. That's
I
so
think I cheated though. I
beautiful.
think I picked like four things.
I'm
Pick
gonna
five
pick
things and
more.
work on the
So
whole.
too bad. Shouldn't have done this question in part two. Sorry, listener. um, okay, yes. And I also wanna clarify because I think there is I kind of hate my initial answer now,
No,
even
it's
though I
so
still kind
good.
of agree with it. But here's the part that I hate about it because I do think a lot of new coaches spend a lot of time thinking about things
Oh, yeah.
and not doing them, which then they justify as self-coaching. And I want to be very clear. I that is not
Yeah.
self-coaching. That's like hiding with and calling it self-coaching. That's like ruminating and calling it
Ooh,
self-coaching.
this is good.
So I just need that caveat to like be bolded and underlined and highlighted.
Yeah.
I think the actually the part of the reason why I say self-coaching is because I do think like that's honestly 90% of my marketing is like self-coaching or self-curiosity or self-inquisitiveness that I learn from and then share and develop like tools around. So
Mm,
that is yeah. So like there's that. And then I think to your presence point, like in when you are in the coaching room or Zoom room or whatever, I think one skill that more coaches could cultivate in addition to presence is like spending more time and energy paying attention to the client than they are to themselves.
yeah.
Because when I started out coaching, I was like always in my head, always like, oh, why did I ask that? Oh, that was the wrong question.
Right.
Oh no, am I like being weird right now? What should I say next? What should I do? And all of that like internal monologue was pulling me away from the client. I wasn't like paying attention to them. I can't do two things at once. So I think any like any opportunity if you notice yourself doing that in a session just shift to okay what's up with the client right now and that'll instantly like bring you around to the key like the presence that Erin is talking about so that I think outside of the coaching relationship I think like true self-coaching
Mm.
and
True self
marketing
coaching, which you're saying, I think, I just want to make sure I'm following. True self coaching, which leads to movement, not like
movement
6 hours
yes.
of self coaching and calling it a work day.
Yes. Yes. Beautifully said. Yeah. If it's not leading to movement of some kind or like intentional stillness,
Sure.
which
Yes.
I think can be a
That's
form
movement.
of movement in a way.
Mhm.
But like if it's not that, that's not really
Yeah.
self-coaching. That's something to dig into why
Yeah.
that's happening. Um, yeah, absolutely.
That's so good. Oh, I love it. You said something, and I'm like trying to. Oh, it was. I know what it was about. It was about rupture and repair. I was
Hmm.
like, wait, I was in my head. I was thinking about what I wanted to say. Okay, so something that really helped me with this, because I know even though you just articulated this very beautiful, helpful gift, someone will hear that. And because of their own
Oh, yes.
judgmental nature, they will say, oh my God, I'm not present enough with my client. I've got to really
Hmm.
zoom in.
Mm-hmm.
I learned this thing. I have no idea what the study is. If someone asks me, I can probably find it. But I learned this from Bonnie Badenoch, who I took a class called Therapy as a Spiritual Practice. I'm not a therapist, but I really love her. And she's a master of presence. But she was talking about how there are studies that say our ability to be present, like if all factors are good, we can only actually be present 35% of the time.
Wow.
Again, I don't know like where that study comes from, but I was like, let's just say that's 100% true as a thought experiment. So if we can only be present with each other or in the world 35% of the time, even with meditation, even with yoga, even with doing what we do for a living, that means the rest of the time we are in either rupture, where our attention is somewhere else, or repair, where we're like, oh shit, I didn't hear the last thing that Elena said. And because I was thinking, and now I need to plug back in. But it means that in the coaching relationship and in any relationship, you have to be a master of that, of taking care of the repair. Because you're going to spend so much more time in that rupture repair space. And how we do that is how we like care for ourselves, how we care for others, how we care for relationships. And that brought me so much relief hearing that. Because it's like, you know, I was part of a meditation community for a long time. I was a yoga teacher for a long time. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? Do I have ADHD? I'm like, maybe we all have ADHD at this point. Like the world is not really 5-minute TV shows are on YouTube. Like, how are we supposed to pay attention when there's constant stimulus? I don't mean that actually. Like, I know that it's a real.
Yes, of course, we believe.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that drunkenly, not lightly.
Yes,
but
which is the podcast. Yes, you're doing well.
My drink is done, and we're almost done too. But I was like, if that's how it is, then what I need to actually get better at is the repair part. Is noticing the rupture and coming back to with ease, with grace, with gentleness. Because if I can be present maximum 35% of the time, and then I'm berating myself the rest of the time, there's no way I can actually be with anyone, including myself.
Yes, so beautifully said.
I will look, if someone asks me and reminds me, I will look up the direct thing, but she has a beautiful way of explaining it. And I loved hearing that. I think I actually cried when she said that. I was like, oh, thank God.
It's such a permission slip. Yeah, because we do it. Like, it's so easy to make yourself wrong for being human.
Yeah.
We are coaches, but we are also human. And we are also human. I don't think that's a but. Though like, and I think that what I love about that concept is it doesn't like soften the blow of being human. It's actually saying like there's beauty in being human with another person as a coach. Because it's not just that like, oh, it's okay, you know, you should try and be as present as possible, but like, you know, it's human to not be. It's saying there's actually closeness to be found in the rupture and repair process. That's how we build closer relationships. That's how we build trust. I think we should probably do an episode on rupture and repair. Actually, I think that would be really interesting.
Yeah, because you know all the things about.
I do. Do I?
Yeah. I feel like you're an expert in this.
Oh,
maybe I don't know like about the theoretical piece so much, but we could definitely do an episode. If people want to hear it, you can tell us. Tell us what you want to hear. We'll
tell us what you want to hear.
Yeah.
I wanted to say one other thing to add a little bit more practical tools to the idea of like spending more time paying attention to the client than yourself. This is something I have a parallel to this in coaching creatives. But like, if you notice you're in a session and you're in your head, you don't have to like do anything big to rectify it. You don't have to backtrack. You don't have to beat yourself up for it. All you have to do is like find something to be curious about in the other
Mm-hmm.
person.
Yeah.
That's literally it. So it's not like a huge muscle that you have to build.
Yeah.
It's literally just like developing the shorthand with yourself that you notice if I'm in my head. Okay, first of all, just like notice when I'm in my head, when I'm judging myself for thinking about something, and then find something to be curious about in what they just said. And
Yeah.
same goes for like writing or creative practices. If
Yes.
you're feeling a lot of like heaviness around it, or you're feeling blocked around it, literally all you have to do is just find something to be curious about, and
Yeah.
that'll create movement.
Yeah. Our minds are like problem solving experts, and you can just like give it a little
Mm-hmm.
puzzle to solve.
Yep.
Also, I think like even naming the repair sometimes or the rupture sometimes is like really helpful with clients. And you can just say, wait, I want to go back to what you just, like, not to backtrack, but like say what you just said again. Tell me what that feels
Yes.
like for you.
Yep.
Because sometimes your own body will check out based on your own stuff. Your mind will check out based on like, your own experiences. But sometimes like focusing in when you like using your body a little bit as a barometer with other people and just like there was a gap when you said that and
Mm-hmm.
I went somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for you?
Yes. Yeah, you can never go wrong just asking the client like how they're feeling
Hmm?
or what they're experiencing in
Yeah.
any given moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can people find you? We forgot to like do this last time. This is how bad at marketing. We're not bad at marketing. We're both really good at marketing, but this is not the point of our podcast. So we forget sometimes to plug ourselves, which is so silly because we're very clearly awesome and we don't drink on client calls, people.
We absolutely do not. Feel like I only drink on these
I'm
podcast
sorry. I'm
calls,
like, you're going to be
basically.
like, we have to stop this podcast. That's why we're doing 2 episodes because I want to give Elena 2 weeks. She has to
For my liver
procure
to
the
recover.
next.
No, Erin, literally. So we choose a new spirit
Yes.
every episode, and like last week I think we did or last time we did gin, and
Yeah.
I got like the little teeny tiny
Yes.
gin because I have nothing in my liquor. I
I
don't have a
love it.
liquor cabinet, but in my metaphorical liquor cabinet. But
Yeah.
now I have rum now and whiskey. So when we get around to revisiting those, we'll have some to anyway. How can you find me?
Yes.
My website is coachingwithelena.com. You can find me on Instagram at Elena McKernan, and feel free to like shoot me an email at elenamckernan@gmail.com as well.
Yeah. And if you send her topics and questions and all the good things, I'm much worse at asking people to send me things, apparently. But I got some and I have some for next time. But please let us know what you want us to talk about. We will share our opinions, not definitive
Yes,
answers.
please.
You can find the
We'll
show
say one
notes.
thing and
Yes.
then you'll see us work our opinions
Yes.
out in real time, and
Yep.
then we'll come to a completely different conclusion at
Which
the end.
I kind of wish that more of the world could just have flexible thinking like that. Maybe we all need to
Truly.
have a cocktail together.
Maybe, or a
Or
mocktail,
a mocktail or
or
tea.
chamomile tea.
Yeah. Chamomile
Yes.
tea. I think chamomile tea for the world would be
Oh,
amazing.
yes. Yes. Okay, Erin, how do people find you
Well, you can
and
find the
slash work with you?
podcast. Yes, the
Mhm.
podcast is besuperbound.com/coaching mixer. That is where it's living right now until further notice. But if you're on the Superabound website, you can find out all the things that I'm up to and my like businessy podcast and my book. I was like, oh, I have a book. No, I don't have a book. That's a picture of the book. But
Oh, but you
I have a
have
book called
many
Superabound. Yes, you can
books.
buy
Yes.
that anywhere. It's all over
Yes.
wherever you buy a book online. You can buy Superabound.
Love it. You also, I don't know if you have a minute, but
Yeah.
like you're launching something, right?
Yes, I'm always launching something.
Okay. Okay. Very
I'm
fair enough.
actually this is a total experiment. Like what you were
It's
talking about.
new,
Yes, it's brand
right?
new. It's something I've never done before. It's something that I've been asked to do for a couple of years. Basically for brand new like entrepreneurs or people who just have a business pivot idea but like want to work that out in a space with some guidance, some support.
Amazing.
One of my superpowers is I am a content whisperer, which I know you are as well. Sometimes it really helps to have someone who's done this for a while help you with your pricing and your marketing and all the stuff. So if you're interested in that, if you don't have a business, but you want to, I can possibly help you with that program.
Amazing. Yes. And truly, like, we did not plan this ahead of time to talk about this, but I just want to underscore what a brilliant business mind you have. And like,
Aww.
Erin is someone who she weaves so deftly between disciplines. So like, she can provide emotional, thought, cognitive support, but she can also hold space beautifully. And she can also do like strategy stuff. So it's like a one-stop shop for you.
That is the attempt. I want people to not have to have 15 different coaches, ideally, if they have a business. So
amazing.
Tried my best to be all the things.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what you are like, what the cocoon will reveal.
Listen, me too. Me too.
Maybe we should, that's what we should do. We originally had intended to coach each other while drinking, and then we haven't done that yet, but maybe next time.
Oh my God.
I could coach you on it.
That would be amazing.
Let me know.
Okay. All right.
Thanks
Bye.
everybody for listening.